Most people want to have a healthy body, and keeping your body healthy means that you also need to take care of your internal organs. Unfortunately, the liver is one of the organs that gets the most damaged by our lifestyle, especially for those who enjoy eating and drinking unhealthy foods and drinks. Here are 11 foods that you should avoid if you want to have a healthy liver. Be sure to make it to the end of the video to find out what the most surprising food to avoid for liver health is. Alright, let's get right into it. Number 1. Foods that are high in fat. Many foods bad for your liver health are those that are high in fat. This is relatively unsurprising considering that many fatty foods also contain a lot of salt or sugar as well. However, some viewers may be surprised to find out that even just the fat content in food can be damaging to the liver. This is particularly true when it comes to fried food and foods that are high in saturated fats. In fact, eating foods that are very high in saturated fats on a regular basis could even put you at risk for developing fatty liver disease. Number 2. Alcohol. Many of you already know that alcoholic beverages are actually very harmful to the liver. In fact, alcohol is one of the worst things to drink for those that are concerned about their liver health. Although drinking alcohol in moderation is not necessarily a major concern, drinking alcohol in excess can greatly increase your risk for developing liver disease, according to research. Therefore, it is always a good idea to limit your alcohol intake if you are looking to improve or maintain your health, especially if you are worried about developing fatty liver symptoms. To make matters even worse, many alcoholic beverages contain a lot of calories and sugar, and research recommends that both of these things are best avoided to maintain a healthy liver as well. This is especially true when it comes to cocktails, as the mixers that are used usually contain a lot of sugar. Number 3. Foods and drinks that are high in sugar. Some more foods that ruin liver health are those that contain a lot of sugar. The same goes for drinks with a high amount of sugar as well. This category includes things like sugary snacks, sweet desserts, and sweet drinks. Unfortunately, this can also include some surprising drinks and snacks like fruit juice, which can contain a lot of sugar. Although juice may seem to be healthy to most people, it is actually commonly unhealthy due to its high amounts of sugar and low amount of actual real fruit juice. As a result, it is always best to check a nutrition label when on a fatty liver diet to ensure that there is not too much sugar in a drink or snack before consuming it. Laying low on the carbohydrates is a good idea when trying to preserve liver health. Number 4. Foods that have a lot of salt and sodium. In addition to sugar, foods that are high in salt and sodium are also bad foods for liver health. This includes obvious foods such as potato chips, pizza, and deli meats. However, even foods like pancakes, canned vegetables, and even some packaged cereals can also contain a high amount of sodium. As a result, it is always best to check nutrition labels before eating something when you are on a diet that is geared toward keeping your liver healthy. This way, you do not accidentally eat something that is too high in sodium accidentally. There are many healthy alternatives to these foods such as fresh vegetables instead of canned ones. Additionally, there are also some healthier breakfast cereals out there that have lower amounts of sodium as well. It's just always a good idea to check the label first. Number 5. Soda. Soda almost always contains a lot of sugar and empty calories, both of which could potentially damage liver health. As a result, drinking too much soda could easily do some damage to your liver, especially over an extended period of time. This is because most sodas contain a ton of sugar, so it is very easy to consume way more than your daily allowance when drinking them. This even goes for the diet varieties of soda. This is because even artificial sugars can put strain on the liver. So if you were looking into how to cleanse your liver, then cutting out sodas is a great place to start for the average person. This is especially true for those who enjoy drinking these fizzy, sugary drinks on a regular basis, even diet ones. Number 6. Artificial sugars should also be avoided. Like we have just mentioned, drinking and eating artificial sugars can just be as bad for your liver as real sugar. As a result, it is still a good idea to avoid things like diet soda and snacks that contain artificial sugars. These diet drinks and snacks are not always as healthy as they may seem, and the word diet usually just refers to the product's low caloric value. Although artificial sugar does not normally contain any calories, your liver still needs to work to filter those artificial sugars out of your body. The extra strain caused by an excessive amount of artificial sugar intake could potentially increase your chances of developing liver conditions such as fatty liver disease, according to research. Therefore, even foods that have little or no calories could potentially cause liver damage. Number 7. Calorically dense foods. That being said, calorically dense foods are foods that ruin your liver as well. This is because foods that have a lot of calories usually contain a lot of salt, sodium, sugar, and fat as well. As we have mentioned previously in this video, all of these factors are foods to avoid for liver health. As a result, it is always best to try to maintain a healthy and balanced diet. This is because even though the occasional sweet or salty snack won't necessarily hurt you, eating a diet that consists mainly of unhealthy foods is definitely not good for your liver. Plus, it is always easier to maintain a healthy diet before liver damage occurs than it is to repair a damaged liver. Number 8. Processed foods. Processed foods like microwavable dinners, packaged cookies, and processed cheeses and meats are all things that you should stay away from if you are worried about your liver health. This is because the chemicals and high amounts of sodium and sugar found in processed foods like these tend to really put a strain on your liver. After all, the liver does need to filter all of those chemicals, sugars, and sodium out of your body. A good rule of thumb when it comes to maintaining good liver health is to make fresh versions of the processed foods that you love. This is because when you make these foods yourself, you can control just how much salt and sugar goes into the recipe. Plus, when snacks are homemade, they will not have all those preservatives in them. Number 9. Fast food. Fast food is famous for greasy burgers, salty french fries, and sweet milkshakes. However, all of these kinds of foods are things that you will need to avoid if you are trying to maintain a healthy liver. This is because not only are most foods found at fast food restaurants calorically dense and rich in saturated fats, but they are also very high in sodium and sugar. Although the occasional trip to the drive-thru won't necessarily do too much harm, it is always best to make a healthier version of a hamburger at home if you are craving one. This way, you can make sure to use lean hamburger meat and lay low on the salt. Plus, you may even find that the homemade versions of your favorite fast food meal is even better than the one from the restaurant. Number 10. Too much vitamin A. Now, we are with you. This item on our list is truly the most surprising. Who would have thought that even a salad could potentially cause liver damage? Well, if that salad contributes to a diet that is too rich in vitamin A, then it definitely could. According to some surprising research studies, eating more than 3,000 micrograms of vitamin A could lead to toxicity, which in turn could lead to liver damage. Some signs that you may be experiencing liver damage as a result of taking too much vitamin A include nausea, loss of appetite, blurred vision, headaches, dizzy spells, and even just dry skin. As a result of this research, it is suggested that you be careful about the amount of vitamin A that you consume on a regular basis. This is especially true if you are taking vitamin A supplements. Number 11. Too much vitamin D. Vitamin A is not the only nutrient that could potentially damage your liver. However, consuming an excess of vitamin D could also lead to liver damage according to some studies. According to this research, adults could potentially experience liver damage if they eat 1,250 micrograms or more for several months at a time. The symptoms of liver damage as a result of taking too much vitamin D are fairly similar to those of liver damage caused by an excessive vitamin A intake. These include sudden weight loss, nausea, unusual mood changes, and even kidney damage in addition to damage to the liver. As a result, this research suggests that you should be careful about your daily vitamin D intake, especially if you are taking vitamin D supplements. Did any of the foods on our list surprise you? Are you going to avoid any of these foods to improve your liver health? Let us know in the comments below. Here are 2 more videos you might find interesting. Feel free to choose the one you like. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos on health, subscribe to the channel.